Hey guys, my name is James Walton. I'm the 4th through 6th grade pastor, and today I want to bring you your daily hope. We're in the book of Numbers. Now, Numbers is not my favorite book, especially because every time I've tried reading the Bible all the way through, Numbers is that one where I just get bored to death. But in this book, there are a lot of numbers, there are a lot of names, but there also are a lot of great stories in here. And even in Numbers chapter 26 today, I think God has something important to speak to us and encourage us in this season. In Numbers chapter 26, God is commanding his people to take another census. Now, this is very important and relevant because this is the first census since the one they had at the beginning of their time in the desert. And so this is beginning to mark the change of God actually counting the people of who is still left after 40 years of going through the desert, because he promised the Israelites that the people who rebelled against him, when the 12 spies returned and 10 of the spies said, we can't take the Lord, God said, for those 40 days you wandered, you're going to spend 40 days in the desert, and not one of you will enter into the promised land. So we see that in Numbers chapter 26 as we come in, that God is taking another census of the people. He is preparing the people. He's talking about how to divvy up the land between the people as they get ready to enter into the promised land. And what I have for us here, what spoke to me, is in Numbers chapter 26, verses 63 through 65. Let's read it together. It says, "These are the ones counted by Moses and Eleazar, the priest, when they counted the Israelites on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. Not one of them was among those counted by Moses and Aaron, the priest, when they counted the Israelites in the desert of Sinai. For the Lord had told the Israelites they would surely die in the wilderness, and not one of them was left, except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, the son of Nun." Those are the two spies who believed that they could take the land, that they could take the promised land, and God has kept them around. Now, what I have for us today and what I want to encourage us in is this reality of their willing spirit. They went and they saw the promised land. They saw the same land as the other 10 spies, but they believed, even despite the obstacles, that God could do something, that they were willing to go into that battle. Now, I don't know about you guys. For me, in this season, it's been difficult in these latter days. At the beginning of quarantine, I was like, there's so many opportunities for new things, but I'm getting worn out, and I'm struggling to endure in my faith in this time. And what I see in this verse, what stands out to me, is just these two spies who had a willingness to see God move. Now, what I want to encourage you in is this: let us take on a willing spirit. Let's be willing towards God. I've been discouraged by my own sin. I've been discouraged by relationships, by different troubles around me. But I want to be willing. I want to say that God is able. And so let's bring all that before God and say, God, even despite these things, we believe you are able. Let's be willing to see him transform our circumstances, transform our realities, transform ourselves. Let's be willing to let God make a change and transformation in us. I'm encouraged by what God says to Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. He says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." Guys, even in the season where you may feel weak, know that in our weakness, God's power is made perfect. So even in our weakness, we can be willing. God, I'm weak, but I'm willing, because in that, his power is made perfect. I hope this daily hope encourage you and bless you. Let's together as a church take on a willing spirit to see God move in these troubling and difficult times. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.